When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Hey there, it's Kim, of course. Right after today's Daily Tech Update, I'm going to have a special surprise for you. It's a clip from my other podcast. It's called The Current. It's packed with great tech news that you expect, just a little bit more relaxed. I think you're really going to love it. Just think of it as your tech coffee break. Here's what's behind a brand new podcasting company that's generating 3,000 to 4,000 podcasts every week. The quality's lacking, no celebrity hosts, and each podcast is streamed only by about 100, sometimes as few as 20 people. I'm Kim Komando for ExpressVPN. One click keeps your online activity private and secure. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. The podcast company is called Inception Point. Their slogan, where AI gets a personality. They have about 50 of them. No faces, no names, no humans, just voices. Each is hyper niche, appealing to only a few folks. You'll spot them easily. The art and photography does not look real, because it's not. Sometimes neither is the information, especially biblical history, biographies, and news with pictures of events that never occurred. Each pod costs less than $1 to generate, but with thousands of podcasts each day, the company is already doing what most podcasters can't, making money. Enter to win Christmas cash right now at winfromkim.com. You don't want to miss this. I'm going to play a bite-sized sample of The Current. It's my other podcast where we dive into all things tech, trends, and life online. I think you're really going to love it. In business, they say you can have better, cheaper, or faster, but you only get to pick two. What if you could have all three? That's exactly what Cohere, Thomson Reuters, and Specialized Bikes have since they upgraded to the next generation of the cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. OCI is the blazing fast platform for your infrastructure, database, application development, and AI needs, where you can run any workload in a high-performance environment and spend less than with other clouds. How's it faster? OCI block storage delivers more operations per second. Cheaper, up to 50% less for compute, 70% less for storage, and 80% less for networking. Better, in test after test, customers report lower latency and higher bandwidth versus other clouds. This is the cloud built for AI and all your biggest workloads. And right now, with zero commitment, try OCI for free. Just go to oracle.com/Kim. That's oracle.com/Kim, oracle.com/Kim. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is too risky. But sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors are already making their move. This is exactly the kind of solution I'd turn to. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. As the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses, it brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM together into one single source of truth. That is what makes your AI smarter. It doesn't guess. It actually knows. It can intelligently automate tasks, deliver real insights, help you cut costs, and make AI-powered decisions fast. And this is not some add-on tool. It's AI built directly into the system that runs your business. Whether your company earns millions or hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you stay ahead of the pack. Right now, get their free business guide, Demystifying AI, at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free to you at netsuite.com/Kim. netsuite.com/Kim. I got a text from my lawyer today. Said, "You're killing me. You're killing me, Kim. You're killing me." Because I wrote about how the way that we pay lawyers 0.2 hours because so they can answer an email, 0.5 hours so that they can think about calling you, is ridiculous. It's outdated, and that we should be paying lawyers a flat fee. $2,000 for a contract, $5,000 for a divorce, $10,000 for a will, whatever it is. Why? Because of artificial intelligence.
What prompted this? What prompted the fact that you want to throw your lawyer under the bus and make sure that they earn less money and become homeless?
Because we have to analyze a lot of data.
Okay.
And when you're analyzing a lot of data, why should I be paying you $500 to $700 an hour when I know I'm giving you all the data? You're just going to feed it into AI and then spit it out. Are you going to charge me $4.06 because that's how long it took? Or am I going to have to pay the $500 an hour?
Right.
And so I'm not the only one that's been thinking like this. I saw this in the Wall Street Journal, and that's what kind of sparked me to write about this. And I mentioned the Wall Street Journal in my article, that when you start looking at the way that we pay for things on an hourly basis, we kind of are giving people leeway to take extra time. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying, it's going to cost this much. Go ahead, take your time. Not a problem. We don't get like a fixed cost for anything. And so law firms are now realizing this. I had, when I had dinner with Ian on Sunday night in Los Angeles, I actually said to him, I'm glad that you dropped out of law school. And he looked at me like, what? I said, no, I'm really glad that you dropped out of law school, because I don't think that is a career that is going to be sustainable in the long term, the way and to create the amount of money as it is right now. Because if you have 100 people in a law firm, you have 20 junior lawyers, and they're the ones that are doing the grunt work. And so that this way they come up the ranks. Okay. Well, AI is now doing the grunt work. And so they're also finding that these law firms with these 80 lawyers now take away the junior lawyers, that they may not need all those lawyers because they're starting to depend upon AI. And yes, I do know that AI hallucinates.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I do know that when a lawyer makes a brief or whatever, they're putting their license with that, attached to that. And they do need to have a semblance of knowledge of the law and whatever it is to discern what is right and what is hallucinating. But I just think we need to have a wholesale reevaluate how we're doing all this, especially now with AI coming in.
Well, and that the way AI grows, we're probably a year to 15 months away from someone building a perfect AI lawyer chatbot that only focuses on the law and makes sure there's less hallucinations or none that lawyers can use.
Exactly. And so, but then you start thinking about, well, who else do you pay by the hour?
Right. Who's a successful?
Okay. Consultants. Right? You pay them by the hour.
Right.
Or the job. Designers, writers, freelancers.
But isn't that mostly gig work now, the last ones, freelancers and writers?
They're still getting paid by the hour.
Okay.
Sometimes. I don't pay by the hour.
You just do for the job?
Yes. And sometimes with writers, we pay by the word.
Okay.
And then I tell them, you can't be like, I
really, 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 really like Gemini. I mean, really. Have I told you I like Gemini? Because I really do.
So, but boy, you should see the comments from the lawyers in the crowd. Wow, Kim Commando.
But that would, okay, first of all, if this did come to fruition, they would want to make the same amount of money. So they just take on more work, which would just eliminate the amount of lawyers we have, because the bigger firms, bigger company would take on all the work.
Right.
So I don't know if we'll ever get to that. I mean, I also said that about real estate, and the real estate compensation is
totally
changing.
Changed.
Yeah.
It did. Totally
so maybe
changed.
We are there.
So yeah, so that's so if you don't want to pay your lawyer by the hour, you should ask it.
If you could just get a flat fee?
Yeah, just give me a flat fee. Just tell me how much it is.
Have you taken that approach, and what kind of response did you get?
He told me to go find a new lawyer.
That's what I thought.
And I'm like, all right.
Hey, if you love staying tech ahead, then you're going to love. I'm talking about my free newsletter called The Current. Join almost 1 million folks who get it every single day. It's quick, smart, and only takes 5 minutes a day. Yes. Sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.